So I'm going to use this time while I've got you both here
Okay.
to talk about my fantasy football draft that happened
God.
yesterday.
Ooh.
That's the
Okay.
equivalent of me talking about Taylor Swift, just so you know, or
No,
Twilight.
because I have
Twilight.
specifically written content so that we can talk about Taylor Swift.
But is there content about Twilight? Because that's actually what would make it equal.
No, now you're just freaking shoehorning content you want in. that's bullshit. I used our one bad word super early on. Yeah. But no, I mean, I know that you guys have both been super busy and we've all been really busy, but I drafted Cooper Kupp in the first round. I didn't realize he was hurt, Autumn.
Is that a person or a cup?
No, he's a mug.
Oh, okay.
He identifies as a mug.
Nice.
We like to say, but all right. Cold open complete. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome. And if you're wondering why I sound so good, it's because I have a new mic.
One was wondering.
Can you hear how nice I sound?
Yeah, you sound amazing.
According to Daniel, there's no
difference. I hate it so much. I cannot stand ASMR.
Daniel,
I need acrylic nails for this.
Sure,
I hate it.
Everyone out there loved it. So we've got we've got folks coming in. Hey, Amy Scott, Anthony Kennedy, Scratch Man. Was that? I'm a Scratch Man.
Oh,
no, that's what is it? Jazz Man? What's that song?
Yeah.
Daniel, please.
So anyway, my name is Autumn.
Soul Man, thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome into Fandom Social. This is a filler episode. You know, we've been doing a ton of different types of. We've been doing one very, I would say, singular type of content. We're going to switch it up a little bit today. But before that, I just realized our names aren't even on here. What is happening? Goodness gracious!
Come on, Daniel.
I know who's producing
bad at this, Daniel. I thought you were supposed to be producing this.
You know what? He's producing at the level of quality that we are at being consistent with our shows.
That's true. So
I can't just come in and just raise the bar. I gotta
Daniel, that's a cue to get our names on the screen.
Absolutely,
let's figure that out. But because Daniel hasn't does his job, my name is Paul, as it shows here. Thank you.
There we go.
We've got Autumn and Daniel, who some of you may know from our last episode, which was eons ago. It feels like now. And let's go ahead, Autumn. Let's say hi. You guys can go ahead and say hi to everyone. It's been a bit of a chaotic intro here.
I want to give a little bit of an explanation as to why. Okay. It's literally all me. It is all me, you guys. So I'm going to keep this as brief as I possibly can. I have 4 children. The oldest one is 24 and moved out recently. Okay, moved out recently, but about half an hour to an hour away. But last month, he let me know he got himself a house up in Washington, and he was going to be moving at the end of the month. Okay, I'm excited for him, sad, but it happens. He's an adult now, moving on. Great. And then I find out my second oldest, oh God, I'm going to need another. My second oldest, who is non-binary, so I'm going to be saying they got accepted to art school in Portland. And all of a sudden we had about a week and a half, 2 weeks to plan. And I had to move them up to Portland. And it was a week before my oldest was going to move to Washington. So then I found out my twins, who are 17, both are going to different colleges in different towns. One's in the same town and one's about half an hour away. So I had 3 kids start college all in the same week and a half, and 1 child move up to Washington. And it was all happening at the same time. And it was completely bonkers. So that was why, and I'm still working and still doing all these other things. So that is why I've really not been available for weeks. I did it in only 1 30
It just keeps
block.
Going. I just noticed it just keeps going. That's true. Autumn has been incredibly busy. It's been an incredibly busy time.
And Andrew, yes, they are starting at 17 because they graduated at 17. They're not going to turn 18 till November, so they are in college at 17. Yeah,
freaking geniuses. So everyone in the chat, how's it going? What's been going on in your guys' life? Tell us some highlights since we've last seen you. It's been a couple weeks. Daniel, you've been busy. What have you been up to? You've been planning a wedding, right? Aren't you
planning a wedding? Yeah, me and my fiance, Richard, we are in the throes of it. We got engaged in February. Okay. I took my first cruise, did the whole, pop the question on the side of the ship.
I love it.
And now we're looking at October, just trying to Hopefully, and next October, trying to
Nice.
hopefully get everything in line. But right now, it looks like we've got a venue, so fingers crossed things don't fall through.
You realize that's my birthday month is October.
Oh,
It sure is.
wow.
Yeah. In fact, we're looking at the 7th. So no, we really don't know. Everything's just like there's a pin in everything at the moment. But yeah, that's been us. We were in Vegas last weekend. We went to go see Beyonce. That was a ton of fun. Yeah. Great show. Great show. And first time seeing her. So, I was blown away.
Well, Daniel used up all your content in the one. I was gonna milk the Beyonce news because I don't know if I've seen Jay-Z once, but I've never seen Beyonce.
Big. Oh, okay.
I mean, like, I know, and again, everyone, we talked about, we will be talking Taylor Swift because there's like huge news that overlaps Autumn's world and my world. So we will be talking about it, but I know that Beyonce is sort of kind of set the bar, right, for like stage presence and performance. How long did she go for, Daniel?
Almost 3 hours. It was good, like 2.5 hours.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nonstop.
Damn,
there was, like,
Daniel.
8 outfit changes. Damn, Daniel. I have white Vans here somewhere.
Absolutely not, Autumn.
He's never heard that once.
Yeah, never heard that before. Or Daniel-san or...
Fantastic. Well, everyone, welcome in again. Please, if you can, if you're here, like, comment, hit the notification bell. It really does help us sort of get, this whole fandom social thing off the ground.
Yeah.
Especially because I am smoothly transitioning into our next segment according to our script.
Look at that transition. It's like a star wipe.
some news, essentially, for the masses out there. But we are going to change up sort of not only the frequency, but the type of content that we're going to be doing. So first and foremost, starting next week, maybe...
Just bringing it in strong.
We will be a weekly show. We are going to go weekly. Most of the times it'll be me and Autumn and Daniel, or it could be one of us not being able to be here. If one of us are not able to be here, it will be someone else. So, but we are going to commit to being a weekly show with different types of content. Now, that doesn't mean like we're doing a deep dive every week. We've actually got some different things planned. Autumn, do you want to talk about maybe like some of the stuff we have planned? Not necessarily exactly what or when, but what we're thinking.
Sure. I mean, one of the things that we've been talking about for a while, and it's kind of a passion project of mine, is interviewing creators. I'm big fans of, really passionate about, really excited about seeing people who have podcasts or live stream shows. We were just on Miguel's show the other week, and that was a lot of fun. And exactly. And I love seeing how people have this passion and this idea and they build something up. And I would like to start a series where we're interviewing people who have these podcasts or web shows or Facebook groups or whatever it is that they're building a community and starting a show of their own. So we're going to be doing an interview series like that from time to time. You can talk about some of the other things that we might be doing.
Yeah, so we're going to be bringing in some familiar faces that you guys have seen before, as far as people who will be recurring hosts here joining us, as well as some new faces. We're going to be touching on all corners of the pop culture verse, from movies, TV, cosplaying, bringing people in that me and Autumn and Daniel know from the collector, from the pop culture verse, to sort of just come in and bring a different type of content and different type of positivity into this channel, into this corner of the internet. So the one thing that we are really sort of hoping you guys would all help us with is what time of the day, because we understand like for the weekend is convenient for like us to stream because we can prep and whatnot, but this may not be always as convenient for you all. So we will be posting in our Facebook group. Our producer is slipping. Damn, you can see Daniel not working on camera. It's fantastic. Fantastic. On our Facebook group, Fandom Socialites, a poll. Let us know what times, what dates work best for you all, because we want to be able to talk to you and hang out with all of you as much as possible at the appropriate time. So whatever time that is, let us know. I mean,
okay, Andrew says Tuesdays or Thursdays. Got it.
Yeah, and we absolutely are not kidding. We will move stuff around as best as we can.
Tuesday
3 a.m.
There we go.
There we go.
Scott says not too much later than 8 or 9. Eastern,
Okay.
please.
I do agree that we should not. I don't feel like we should go live anytime after 9 p.m. Eastern time because I do think that's especially if we're gonna do it on a weekday. So yeah. I agree.
So
okay,
we'll
be putting up a poll and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll iron out some of the details later, but again, we really want to start going. We really want to start putting out content and shows weekly, as well as updating our website. As some of you guys have all noticed, I don't want to brag, but kind of a loser, and I watch a lot of movies.
You watch a lot of movies, Paul?
I watch a lot. So we will start doing some more like maybe long form reviews, some stuff like that, putting them on our website at fandomsocial.com. Okay, he's getting better.
Good.
He's getting better.
Also, we are going to talk about separating out Explorathon from the Deep Dive, making those two different shows.
That is right.
Yes, because I think both of them have a lot of weight, a lot of merit, a lot of great things to discuss, and we're always trying to rush through it so fast, and we still make 2-hour shows. So we're going to separate those out. So they're going to be homework once a month still, but it won't be. It'll be a different day than the deep dive topic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Smaller bites.
Yeah.
Exactly. Much more of a charcuterie board of content for everyone.
Those are called girl dinners, and I'm a big fan.
Girl dinner.
Hashtag girl dinner.
Oh, love it. And girl dinner looks fantastic.
It is.
Have you seen the video of the it's like, if this and this was written by the bear, and it's like the bear, but if they're making girl dinner, it was like it's just all sides. That's all it is. It's
I love
all
it.
sides. Also, Popeyes has a option on their menu that's girl dinner. It looks pretty good. It's literally.
Really? I love when
getting
brands pick up on these trends in the right way. Like that's the right way to do it.
Daniel, while we're going into our next segment, can you look up what the menu is for the Popeyes girl dinner menu?
Amy, I see you. I love girl math. Do you know girl math? I love girl
we
math.
talked about it.
Girl math is amazing. I love it.
We will absolutely be we will be using girl math during this episode while we go into our pop culture news and notes. Now, pop culture news and notes is something that, is, again, it's out there, but we want to bring it to you all from the perspective of two, and jury's out on this one, authorities really in pop culture.
Yeah. No one knows more than us, ever.
No one pretends to know more than us. That's for damn sure.
That's for sure.
That's for damn sure.
With that, we're going to be covering, some bigger topics in pop culture news, but we're not just going to breeze over them. It's only one or two big headlines, and we'll get into them more. The first one is rather important, I feel, because I don't know if I put this on the we're going to go out of order because I want to save the first one for afterwards because they are good companion pieces. But Barbie has become the highest grossing Warner Brothers film of all time. Now, this is significant for a lot of reasons, but for the fact that I had no idea that Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 was their highest grossing film of all time.
Oh, really? You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I assumed it would have been a Batsman movie or something.
Yeah, that would track.
Did you watch that in theater, both of you? Yeah.
Which?
Yeah. Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Yeah, I watched every Harry Potter. I watched midnight showings of the first day.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to brag, but I didn't have much else going on in my life. No.
Oh, a fellow loser.
No. I prioritize that over my own children. Yeah.
That's fine. That's what you should be doing. So on Monday, August 29th, the film passed $1.32 billion with a B to beat that's the global box office, to beat Warner Brothers record. It was Harry Potter had held it. It's projected to cross the 600 million mark in the United States if it hasn't already, which only like 13 other movies have done so, and they're all on that list.
Wow.
It's officially the highest grossing film in North America. It beat and this year globally as well, it beat Super Mario Brothers, which crossed $1 billion. It's the only other movie to cross $1 billion this year, and it's surpassed that already.
It beat Dude, Where's My Car? That's crazy.
Yeah, can you believe that?
That movie must have ran some numbers.
It is also part of it is one of two. It is Barbie wears high heels, and the other movie there wears t-shirts. Autumn, I'm doing my best here to work in Swift for you. But with part of the Barbenheimer experience that we all got a couple weeks ago, which we are very, very, if you are out there and you watch a lot of movies, we are in a drought of content for movies because like it was just the wave of Barbenheimer
like, here's all the movie and then nothing.
And there really is not much other than Bottoms. Everyone go see Bottoms. It's fantastic. But it's between Barbenheimer globally, it's cost $2 billion.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. I think I think it's like one of Nolan's highest grossing films, and it's like it's 775. But like the fact that Barbie is doing all of the work in that class project there is insane. Like,
I mean,
Barbie's trajectory has just been nonstop momentum from the get-go. You know, it was gonna be an event, and sure enough, it really drove people back to the movies.
Yeah, and
I don't know about you. I still have not been able to see it. Yeah, I haven't been able to see it, and showtimes are still like sold out up the wazoo. You know, you gotta really sneak your way into a showing.
You haven't seen Barbie yet? I did not know that before I wrote all this.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I'm not much of a movie person. I do love, downloading movies at home and watching. Let's see.
Do you know the answers to this, Paul? Do you know if these numbers account for inflation?
I mean, I don't think they'll account for inflation for like.
Well, like if you compare it to like Titanic, right? And the dollars what the dollar was worth at the time and the dollar now, that like, do they account for that? And like how much movie tickets are compared to,
So usually when I'm looking at box office numbers, I go by The Numbers, that's the website. It's called The Numbers.
Oh, gotcha.
And they are all adjusted. And usually before a lot of these places report on it, it's adjusted. But also there's so many mitigating factors when it comes to that, like the amount of theaters that were available, the amount of showtimes, how much a ticket costs, what are they like quantifying? Because
especially now that not as many people even go to the movies, a lot of people just wait and watch it later. It's very impressive for it to be beating older films like Harry Potter when people were going to the theaters more. People aren't going as much as they used to. So it's even more impressive.
Yeah. So, I mean, kudos to Barbie. Go and see it. Yeah. It'll probably be on Max. If I had to guess, I think they maybe have already said it, but it'll probably be on Max in like a month. They'll probably do it in October. This is usually a slow period for content, but it is a great transition into something that this is waned and waxed through both mine and Autumn's interests here.
Yeah.
So Taylor Swift heads to the big screen. Her Eras tour will be shown in movie theaters across, I think, the world. I think that like Cinepolis and Cinemark and the American Movie Corporation, also known as AMC, which owns a bunch of stuff all over the world. It's being distributed globally. I don't think those tickets are available, but domestically, my goodness, it is already making so much money. Me and Daniel were talking, Autumn, before the show about the numbers. I want to talk about the movie experience, and then we can talk about her freaking incredibly massive tour secondhand. But so the ticket price is $19.89, which is very clever on her. And it is like there will be upgraded tickets for IMAX.
That's one of her album names, guys.
Okay. Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, is
letting the audience know. Yeah.
So it is already broken the single day AMC ticket record, which was previously held by No Way Home. So No Way Home had a single day pre-sale ticket of $17 million in one day. She's already demolished it at like 32 million in a day.
Wow. 32 million.
And so we'll stop there before we talk about that. But like this movie experience, Autumn, I mean, and like, I'm sure if you had the opportunity, you would go see the tour, but like, is this like October? Because October 13th is when this is happening. Yeah. Are you in? Are you there?
Okay. I am. And here's the deal. The very next day for my job, I am running a massive event for my job. Like I'm in charge of a fan event. And that afternoon is rehearsal. There's people flying in from Korea. And I'm in charge of this whole event. Like So for me to go on the night is it's a tough call. It's a tough
Mhm.
call because I'm like, and the very next day, the 14th, the day of the event, is not as big a scale as the Taylor Swift concert, but almost. There is a Buffy prom at the high school where Buffy
Oh
was
my
filmed.
God.
And
Wow.
Amy Chase from sideshow.com is going to go to it. And we were going to go together, but I can't because I have to go to this event. So it's a real rough weekend for me. And it's a week after your birthday. So it's like, I'll still be celebrating that.
I know.
Not with
I
you,
know.
but like,
Yeah.
so I'm in, but I may have to wait until Sunday. And I'm going to
Yeah.
be really
So
upset, or I might just go anyway, really late at night.
here's the thing. It is absolutely not confirmed that they will be doing it any other day than the 13th.
Oh,
So
Ooh,
it may
that's
be
gonna be
like a
tough.
12th and 13th, and it may just be a
Yeah.
one-day thing. I cannot imagine. I'm curious what everyone else thinks about it there because money
Yeah.
talks, right?
Yeah.
And there's no better ATM out there right now
Yeah.
than Taylor Swift. I mean,
well, and
she.
the thing is, she has all the money. Like she already has all
Mhm.
it. She already has it all. So I don't know how much of this is money driven or in your face driven, which I think is a much bigger motivation for her to continue to be up on top based on all the people who have worked very hard in their and during her career to push her
Right.
down. So for this to have this massive tour and then to be like, this tour is also going to be a movie and look how many people are going to go to it and look how successful it is. I just don't think money is her motivator. I think it's the phenomenon that's the motivator.
Yeah.
So she may extend it for that purpose. I mean, I don't talk to her all that much, but I feel like that is likely.
Mhm.
But who knows that she may extend it.
Not
so
to
more
mention
people can
the new
see it.
album or the new re-recording
Huh?
albums that she's dropping, like
Yeah.
on the legs of the tours and whatnot.
Don't even get me started on the re-recordings. That's so badass. It's such a
TV.
baller thing to do. I
TV.
mean,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
So little inside baseball for everyone. I was driving Autumn to the airport, and I didn't ask her, but we were listening to Taylor Swift, and she was letting me know how baller it was,
Oh my
what she
God.
did, and it's pretty badass. I mean,
Yeah.
Scooter Braun, who is her ex producer, owned the
Manager,
rights to a lot.
producer, whatever.
He's also dropped a ton of folks from like a ton of folks have dropped out of his label as well.
Yeah,
I think like
because of-
Ariana
yeah.
Grande.
Ariana, Justin Bieber.
Bunch of people have, because long story short, she was denied the opportunity to buy her own masters of her music. So she owns the songs, but not the masters. And people at the studio, at the label, and Scooter Braun got together, screwed her over, and he bought them out from under her without her knowledge. So he owned all of her masters. So, but she owned the songs. So she went out and re-recorded her albums one at a time, and all the radio stations and all the fans are supporting that by only playing her version, so that what he owns becomes less and less valuable every single second. And so when you see something called Taylor's version, it's because she re-recorded it, so she has new masters.
You did go over Autumn, so we'll need silence from me for 5 seconds.
That's never going to happen.
So what about you, Daniel? Like I mean, you've got pretty eclectic taste. You listen to some pop. Where are you with Taylor Swift and like what this means to like the movie experience?
You know, I think a lot of the people that couldn't make it to the tours, you know, I mean, we know those ticket prices were insane. So people like me, I wasn't able to go. I'd happily catch it in theaters if I could, you know, just so I didn't miss out. You know, there's that sense of FOMO.
To your point, Daniel, I have the numbers. The average Taylor Swift moviegoer was, and Autumn, this is where we can talk girl math.
Yeah.
The average experience.
Okay. Well, you were saying moviegoer. You mean
sorry, the average concert goer
for
Taylor Swift was spending minimum on average. I don't know how they average these numbers. I pulled this from the Insider, but was spending roughly $1,975. That includes the price of the ticket plus things along the lines of merchandise. Hair and outfits was also factored into that, which I found to be interesting because I don't know. I mean, we've been following pop culture forever. We've been we've been around God knows how many cosplayers. I have never seen such a commitment.
I have.
To
the last time. Madonna.
Oh, that's interesting.
When I was in high school and I went to see Madonna, it was a thing. I went to see her in concert, and it was a thing that you would get dressed up, and it was her whole like Lucky Star phase and like the bandanas and the black jelly bracelets and all of that. Like you would dress up to go see her, and that's the last time I have seen that. I could be wrong. Someone else can correct if there's some other person, but that's the last time I've seen a performer inspire that kind of thing.
And not to like, I don't want to like not like take away from the music of Taylor Swift, because obviously like
Right.
I have, I think her music is good. It's great, but like I think Taylor Swift, the person and the phenomenon, the entity, is
The businesswoman,
beyond,
too.
is kind of
A
beyond
businesswoman.
comprehension.
Yeah.
Like it really is. I also have I pulled another a fact here. One, for the U.S. economy alone, on just the localized, I guess they're factoring this in as money spent specifically for Taylor Swift, which is merch, tickets, and things within a stadium. She's amassed, I'm sorry, $1.8 billion in the US. And by the time that her tour ends in August, globally, it's projected to be over 5 billion.
Did you also hear that she was giving away $1 million bonuses to tons of people who worked on the tour, like the guys who drove the trucks?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And then every city that she toured in, she was donating millions, like tens of millions, to the food kitchens, the homeless shelters, every city that they toured in. She was just dumping millions of dollars into services for the needy in those towns. And she just gave millions and millions of dollars to her tour staff in bonuses, not millions spread across, $1 million each. Like everyone was getting $1 million bonus. It's nuts.
So
I did also go ahead. I want to talk about.
Amy Scott said the same thing for Bey with Beyonce. Folks spending crazy money to look good. Daniel, what was like the? I mean, you were obviously just there. What was the like? Were there like crazy outfits, or was it a little bit more casual?
No, there was a lot of people dressed up. A good like 9 out of 10 folks there were dressed up in either silver or chrome. That was like the theme
of
for
the album,
the September shows. Yeah. And there's fan clubs on Instagram that set up the, I think it's called the Renaissance Club Renaissance, and they're like the ambassadors, for just the fans trying to set stuff up like this. But Beyonce herself had put out a request for everyone to wear silver and chrome to the shows. And so, people followed suit. I did it myself. I had purchased my tour shirt, months ahead of time. And I didn't own a single silver or chrome item.
Very shocking, considering how much you love that one episode of SpongeBob.
I was watching on TikTok. I was watching some of the Swifties with their amazing videos about the film and about the movie coming out, and they were having the group Swifties are having a conversation, like they're planning. They're making rules for the movie. They're making rules for going to the movie.
Okay.
The rules are number one, and they had like notebooks, and they're going through, and they're all going on lives, and they're all talking with each other. Like, okay, at this live they said this, and at this, like they're organizing what are the rules of going to see this movie. Rule number one: are we singing along? Absolutely yes. Rule number two: are we screaming? No, we are not screaming. Rule number 3, are we dressing up? Hell yeah, we are absolutely dressing up as if we're going to the concert. Rule number 4, are we exchanging friendship bracelets? Apparently, that's a big part of the culture, is making multiple friendship bracelets. And if you don't have someone to go with, you go by yourself, and you will make friends with people there, and you exchange friendship bracelets with them. And that's what's going to happen at the movies also. They're saying we are going to be exchanging friendship bracelets. So if you don't have someone to go to the movie with, go by yourself. You will make friends there and bring friendship bracelets. And rule number 5, are we standing or sitting? They decided depends on the vibe of the theater.
Totes get it. Totes.
We'll decide if once we're there, are more people sitting or standing? We just cooperate with the general vibe. So those are the rules as I have discovered them so far.
Where are you discovering these rules?
On the TikTok, because I told you.
On TikTok.
That is a valid place to discover the rules.
I mean, that is a hub.
No, is that Swift Talk?
Swift Talk.
Yes, it is Swift Talk.
Swift Talk. Okay. See, I'm learning. I'm picking things up.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I'm curious because again, I mean, I go to everything. I see every movie, and like this is going to be an experience. And yes.
Go with me.
Okay, but you're not. I mean,
go with me.
Oh, so
Come
don't get me
out,
wrong. If
and we'll
I was
go.
out here, I would absolutely go
Yeah.
with you.
And dress
So
up.
again, normally I
you gotta
go
go
to
dressed up.
almost every movie. I go to almost
Yeah.
every single movie by myself. I don't
Yeah.
think this is something I would want to do by myself.
I would 100% go by myself to this. I will. I'm going to. Like, that's my plan right now. So I'm going by myself.
You think at that point,
Yeah.
30-year-old male who's barely a
Swifties,
fan,
you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Swifties,
do I
welcome
need to
you.
make friendship bracelets?
Yes, you do.
I
You
don't
need
want,
to.
I don't, I'm not crafty.
You can, you
Go
know
make
what?
some
You can,
friends.
maybe somebody will, like, maybe one of my kids will make one for you and then you can send it. Or
Aw.
go
You know what? I'll
on the
take my
Etsy and
niece.
buy one. There you go. Or go by yourself. Be a man.
Be a man and go
Get
see
your
Taylor
friendship
Swift
bracelet,
at an
dress up,
AMC.
and go see Taylor Swift.
I'll ask my niece if she wants to go with
There
me,
you go.
and then I'll just end up going by myself anyways. I'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
And
you
ask
did
your
want to go
niece
with
to
me?"
make you a friendship bracelet.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm going to the show, and I was
Yeah.
wondering if you could make me friendship bracelets because
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. But I do think, I think we're all, because we're just not there yet, and we just have to survive September. That weekend for movie theaters will be something to watch.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
just be something.
Oh
It'll
my
be like an
God.
experience to be there.
Oh yeah, it's a cultural moment. Is that regardless of
Exactly.
what you think of it, it is a cultural moment.
Yeah, it is. It will be the closest thing that we will get to Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, but concerts
anytime soon.
have been films before, but it'll be like when you can go to Fathom events and get tickets to go watch like an opera or a Broadway show at the movie theater. Have you seen those, like the Fathom events?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so like lots of concerts have been in theaters before like that.
Mhm.
But just this, it's her concert, which was the biggest, like I don't even want to get into how amazing that concert was. And the fact that she's like, I'm just going to do all my albums. I'm going to do all of them. Like that's not what you do at a concert, but that's what
Mhm.
she's doing. And now she's going to they're going to have a movie of it. Like it's just everything she does. She's setting the bar. She's setting the pace. She's her own genre of music. She's just her own genre, honestly. And so like this is already going to be a cultural moment. Just
I mean, she's folk pop. Like
folk pop, but what I'm
like-
saying is like there's no direct comparison between
I
her.
would say she's in her own category as an artist. Like
sure, that's fine.
like,
That's a better way to say it. Yes.
her music is quantifiable. Me and Autumn have
Sure.
talked about Taylor Swift a lot.
Yeah.
I think like I've said, I think her music it's fine, but
Uh-huh.
as a entity, it can't be like
He
understood.
really
Like
thinks it's fine because he really hasn't listened to it enough. And I think I should make him a playlist. What do you guys
how
think?
many times have I can hear you, Autumn.
You've
This is a
listened to
live
that
show.
You've listened to 2 of the songs, but like that's not even the
I'm
best.
mad.
Those aren't even the
Just
best
2?
ones.
I've not listened to just 2 songs.
Come on, you've listened to a few.
How many times have you sent me? Okay, everyone, talking to you.
I've sent you the
out there.
same. I sent you that same one twice. Not
with
how
Bon
many times?
Iver.
2 times. Yeah, because that's honestly the reason I send that one, because that's how I discovered. Like I'm very new to this fandom. Bon Iver is one of my favorite artists. Absolutely love. And so I discovered Taylor Swift through the duet with Bon Iver. That's how I became a fan of Taylor Swift's music, because I before that just thought she was a country pop singer, and
Mhm.
I kind of knew her as like some of the pop songs that she did, and I always confused her with Miley Cyrus. You know what I mean? Like to me,
I
they're
definitely
like
see that.
But you
Yeah.
confused Bon Iver with Miley Cyrus?
all the time.
I
all
do
the
constantly.
Time. Yeah, all the
It's the
time.
hair.
Yeah. So that is why I would send you that, because that was my discovery path. And I thought, well, maybe
Yep.
because we have similar tastes in some of our music, but that's not even my favorite. Like that's just an amazing one, but it's not even the best one. It's just
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think she has just become. I think me and Autumn, we talked about this when you were in Texas. She has just become undeniable.
Yeah.
Like I think like I've never like. God, I don't want to say it again. I sound like like a jerk, but again, I've always found her music to be okay. But she's always gotten such a terrible rap.
Oh my gosh.
Like, horrible. Where people were just mean to her.
Oh yeah.
To
And,
be
like
mean.
it became a trendy thing. Like it's something that's trendy
Mhm.
to just hate
Exactly.
or rip her apart.
Yeah, she's gotten like the Nickelback treatment. I
Yeah,
call it like,
100%.
why don't you like Nickelback? It's like, well, because everyone else tells me not to
Yeah.
like them. Like,
Can you imagine, by the way, if someone discovered our show and we're like, oh, those guys, I bet they're talking about hot toys. What
what
is happening?
We are not. You would be surprised how little we all collect now.
Yeah.
when the cameras aren't on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, super. But I did want to bring up, while we're sort of on the downturn of this, of Taylor Swift coming to theaters everywhere, go see it. I think it's going to be incredible. It did have an interesting effect that people are I say people, but studios are starting to move their movie releases away from that date. And the biggest one is The Exorcist Believer, I think is what it's called. I have the note here. Yeah, Exorcist Believer, which is the new Exorcist movie.
Can we make a Barbenheimer title out of the Taylor Swift Eras tour and the Exorcist movie?
Swifter. What did you say, Daniel? You said one earlier.
It has been made.
Okay.
The consensus right now is Exor Swift.
The Exor
Swift weekend, the Exor Swift experience.
So I didn't come up with that. It exists. That's amazing.
Exor Swift sounds like a bike that you buy and you're like, I'm going to use it all the time. I've downloaded the app.
As seen on TV.
And it just holds your bag that you also never use, and it holds your plastic bags. So
I love it.
Congrats on the new Exorcist 9000 Autumn. It's a great purchase.
Thanks so much.
But it did move it. So the date it was the 13th, the same day. It is moved now to the 6th. And Jason Blum of Blumhouse, they're producing the film, came out and posted on Twitter, and I screenshotted it here. He said, "Look what you made me do." Exorcist Believer moves to 10:60.
For those who don't know, that's a very unpopular lyric, very famous lyric to one of her songs. Look what you made me do.
Taylor wins.
I love it.
I thought that was interesting. Like, I think there could be so much negative there could be a lot of hard feelings around that, but
yeah.
I think
it's a movie that's already publicity ever. Like if they could have planned that, if somebody was smart enough to have planned that, to have always had it be their week before, but then decided it was going to be the same week and then move it to piggyback off of, so they're not just like, oh, Exorcist has a sequel. Now it's part of the culture of Taylor Swift. Brilliant. It's brilliant.
And it makes you wonder, are we going to see these like combo releases more and more?
Yeah.
I guess not. The timing doesn't always work out where you got something cute and kitschy and super serious, or in this case, horrific.
But
who
would have thought that the weight of Barbie would have been like the actual punch, the emotional punch, and the message would have been so much stronger on this cute and kitschy over the one about freaking
I just think that Hollywood is going to start learning the wrong lessons from Barbenheimer.
They're going to start pairing things up on purpose really lame, and it's going to be really contrived and like.
And then you're gonna have super annoying people talk about movies and be like, "Oh, this is why it didn't work." And it's like, it didn't work because not every movie is as great as Barbie and as great as Oppenheimer that happened to come out at the same time.
Right.
It was like a Haley's comment. It was a once in a lifetime thing,
Literally. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was releasing a movie, I wouldn't be anywhere near this Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie. No,
absolutely not.
I know Autumn's got more of like the marketing mind, and I can see Autumn's wheels turning on how she would promote the movie, but I'm just like, nope. I just think, that first weekend is so important that like there's another movie. It was like a Julie Louis-Dreyfus movie. It's a comedy that also just moved its date, but I'm like, I've never heard of this movie, so I don't know why you're doing this, but it is interesting. So again, a little bit of a deep dive into some major headlines that are out there in pop culture, but major headlines. But I'm excited. I will see it. I also can't imagine that it's just going to be a one-day thing. Yeah. Like I'm waiting for Monday when they're like, it's extended to a second weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extended to its 7th year now.
yeah. Exactly. But if they're smart, they'll just keep doing it. Steve Nara said, so what Paul is saying is they're going to release Up so we can have Bottoms Up weekend. I couldn't think of a worse double feature for people than watching Bottoms and then watching Up.
Oh God.
Go look up what Bottoms is about, and then you'll understand that joke. So again, that was our pop culture news and notes for everyone. But I am curious, Autumn, Daniel, I know we have Explorathon homework. We have stuff that we still have not really talked about. But aside from that, just like on your downtime,
Yeah.
what do you guys like watching and listening to? Autumn, you can't say Taylor Swift.
I'm not. Okay. I'm going through this like empty nest syndrome thing. Like all my kids are either moved away, several got far away, or now they're in college. So I'm a little, and I've been through the ringer, so I'm a little emotional. So today I watched the entire documentary miniseries of Harry and Meghan and cried.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, I am not a person who follows the royal family or cares at all, but it was on Netflix. I'm like, that's about what I can handle right now today. And I watched all of it. And at the end, I'm just sobbing, like, their love is so real. They finally came out. I know it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler because I'm sure everyone's going to go flock to watch it. But like, they had they went through some pretty shady, horrible things. Like the royal family saying, just so you know, this is where they are, everyone. Oh, and we're pulling your security, even though you've got death threats. So maybe you'll rethink that leaving us thing. Like they put them at risk. They were letting them hang out to potentially be killed in order to hopefully push them to come back. Like it was scary. And then they had this long lawsuit going on with one of the tabloids in the UK because they intercepted some mail that she sent to her dad to try to make up and publish the whole thing. And so she was trying to sue them, saying that's privacy. And they're like, you're not entitled to privacy. And it was a whole long thing. And she had a miscarriage along the way. And like, it was gnarly. And so at the very end, I'm spoiling it because no one's going to watch this, but she wins the lawsuit. They find a place. They become independent. They still keep doing their charity work and all of their outreach work that they're both really passionate about. And they have a little happy family with their 2 kids and their 2 dogs, and they're like happy. And I started crying, like they're so happy and they love each other so much. And,
like a puppy in a cup.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right about now. Having 4 kids all abandon you at once is a lot.
Yeah.
So that's how I handled it.
And that's heavy.
Daniel, what are you watching?
Hi.
Daniel, what are you doing? Hopefully healthier than mine.
Maybe, hopefully. I listen to a lot of TTRPG podcasts, a lot of Critical Role, Dimension 20.
What is that? You just threw out an acronym. I have no idea what that means.
An acronym, tabletop role-playing game, TTRPG. So things like Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Powered by the Apocalypse.
Are you a critter? Do I not know this about you? Are you a critter?
I am a critter. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 statues downstairs. But yeah, I am a critter. Love Critical Role. I finished campaign 2. I'm currently watching campaign 1 and 3, which is difficult. There's a lot going on, but it's a great. I like to just check out, let my brain just kind of run with the audio, right? And just do like a mindless task. I'll make dinner, pop on my headphones, listen to Critical Role, listen to it on my drive. Really into those spaces.
But
we've been watching.
I mean, for people who don't know, Daniel is also my cousin, so I know him pretty well. I don't want to brag. I have his phone number.
I'd say pretty well.
But you don't play a lot of like D&D proper though.
I don't. No, I'm not very big on it. It's very complicated. There's a lot of rules. There's a whole rule book. And it's tough. There's things like scheduling issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just even gathering a party, together. It's difficult.
Just look at this show. Look at the quality of the show. Scheduling's an issue.
So I get to play vicariously through these audio formats.
Yeah.
We're being called out 100%.
Nepotism.
Yeah. Yep.
I would 100% call myself a nepo baby.
He prefers the term nepotist.
Yeah. Nepotist. Yeah.
And also for people again who don't know, Daniel being relatively new to the show. Daniel, show me your tattoos. A lot of you guys may not know this, but Daniel is a massive Star Wars fan.
Massive Star Wars fan.
Massive Star Wars fan.
I have a gay lava lamp. If I can get that on. Not. But yeah, I've got covered in tattoos. I have
Daniel's actually not gay. He's just the world's biggest ally, by the way.
Biggest ally.
So dedicated. He's even going to marry a guy. That's so
that's
such a strong ally.
Much of an ally he is. Yeah, you have that one, Daniel. You have you have another Star Wars one somewhere.
Not too much other Star Wars stuff. I have she's like a Barbarella. She's kind of up here. But she has a Stormtrooper blaster.
Oh, right. The EE-13? What's it called?
Something? 12? E11? I think it's an E11.
I have the EE-13 Plus, actually, is what it is.
I have the E11.
Yeah. So
Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about. So
can you see Autumn's eyes glazing over? That's
this
also
isn't
another
about
thing.
me or something I care about. Can we move on?
Oh my god, honestly, that's why me and Autumn
She's
have
like,
been
back
so
to Taylor
successful at
Swift.
hosting. It's just
Anywho,
like, she's like, you know who also is a blast? Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Love Taylor Swift. I mean, so let's see, what else is everyone watching here? Gina B. Collected watched Bottoms. I'm glad you watched it. Yeah, I told you that third act is something else. It's
season
something.
2 of The Bear.
Nice,
Yeah.
loving it. Neither of you are watching The Bear, right? The two people.
I know.
I've watched
I've
the first season.
Okay. Yeah, I'm caught up.
Yeah.
There are episodes, Autumn, that I am particularly for both of you, Daniel. Me and Daniel come from the same family. I don't want to brag, but Daniel's a nepo baby for this show. But
really?
We both have very loud, rambunctious families. There are a few episodes in this show that will stress you out. Daniel, you may even get stress hives like I did, where it is filmed in such a claustrophobic way that the anxiety fills you and you're like, oh, that's Christmas. That is Christmas.
Oh my god, I know exactly which episode you're talking about, and it was so anxiety inducing. My skin was crawling the whole episode. It was just everyone was loud, yelling. I can't handle that, but incredibly done, well done.
Hey, Paul, remember that one time we made everyone watch this like 3-hour movie about feminism that like was in like French or something? Remember that?
Jean
That was
Dalmont.
funny. Yeah, remember we did that?
Yep. Still a great
Was
movie.
that the test and patience one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a test and patience. Just
We were
like this
testing
show
everyone's
being
patience.
a test in everyone's patience of 46 minutes. But
what about you? Other than all these movies you're watching, what are you listening to right now?
Yeah, watching a ton of movies. I watched Bottoms. I watched the new Liam Neeson movie called Retribution.
Retribution. Yeah.
We are a positive channel and a positive show, but it is a movie that you can wait till it is streaming.
Okay.
I was talking with another friend of the show who me and Autumn no, I don't know if we're he may be on the show, so I don't want to say yet, but me and Autumn, I was talking to him and we were talking about what a weird career arc Liam Neeson has had.
Yeah.
Like just where he's at. I was watching that movie and halfway through Retribution, I was like, this is the guy who was nominated for an Oscar for Schindler's List.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, who is your agent? Scooter Braun?
And then like all the Star Wars prequels.
I always forget that he's freaking Qui-Gon Jinn constantly.
Qui-Gon. Liam Neeson.
Steve Norris, I'm truly worried that Liam Neeson is going to run out of words to use as one-word titles for his films until we just get one and it's just like, no. Or it's, it's like the underscore is just going to be the title of it. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a dartboard somewhere where they just select, like,
Scram. All right, that's the new movie.
I'm watching a ton of movies. Pretty much anything that's out, I've seen. I've also been watching Big Little Lies on Max.
I've been wanting to watch that.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's so good. I see why it was nominated for a ton of awards.
Coming this summer. Title.
And it's about.
I wanted to know. Oh, go ahead. The Big Little Lies.
I'm thinking of this terrible fake Liam Neeson
title.
movie. It's like about Liam Neeson being like a struggling writer, and then someone steals his typewriter and he has to get it back from some random group of Europeans that he seems to always be fighting.
What have you been listening to? Anything new interesting? Any new albums?
So not a lot of music. I've been on a bit of I'm sure everyone gets there. I'm curious how everyone gets out of it. We'll talk about that in a second, but I've been in a bit of a rut with my music. Like it's been the same thing. And it's usually just when I'm working out in the morning. But listening to like a ton of podcasts. I'm still going through the Jordan Peele Quiet Part Loud. Like that's good. I'm into the second season now.
Did you see the new podcast that's coming out with all the late night hosts together? Jimmy, Conan.
Yeah. No,
all those guys. There's 5 of them. I just downloaded just watched the preview and subscribed to it. What's it called, Daniel? I can't remember.
It's called Strike Force 5.
Strike Force 5, and it's coming out. Yeah, so I gotta listen to that.
That sounds
really good.
Who's on it?
Okay, it's Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan, Stephen Colbert, and last night? What is it? Last week tonight with
John Oliver.
John Oliver. Yeah. So John
Oh,
Oliver.
wow.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great. I love it. Is Conan on it? Conan's on it, right?
Dwayne Madison says, listen to episode 1. No Conan.
No Conan. Okay.
Okay.
So it's John, Stephen, Jimmy, and I forget who the fifth one is then. Anyway.
Oh, Seth
I'm excited
Meyers
about
is the last one.
Seth Meyers. That's right. Seth Meyers. Okay. That one. So I'm excited about that. The new album I just listened to was Hozier's new album. I really liked it. I liked it a lot. So
I do love
Yep.
Hosier.
yeah, he has a new one out. Someone said, if you have people that you know in your life that are fans of Hozier, check on them. They're not okay. He has a new album that just came out, and they are not okay. When I listened to it, I was like, oh, it packs a punch. He's got some things to say. So yeah.
Have you seen like Hozier reading like tweets about him, but they're nice tweets?
Yes. Yeah.
And someone said it's like Hozier lives his life like he was written by the female gaze.
Yes. Yeah.
He's just incredible. I mean, he's such
a great songwriter. Yeah.
At this point, he's almost a cryptid.
Yeah.
He's almost a cryptid.
He's almost a cryptid. Have you seen? I want to say he's like 6'6" or something. He's huge. So when people run into him, he's huge, and he's got long hair, and he's an angel.
And he's just like, and he's just like this gentle being that just drops all these lyrics to help you process your emotional trauma, and then he disappears for a while, and he comes back and does it again.
Yeah, he sounds like an ent that went to like Sarah Lawrence.
Yeah, and that's our show.
Today I compared Hozier to an ent that went to Sarah Lawrence, so I've fulfilled my contractual obligation.
Yes.
But yeah, again, not listen to a lot, just a lot of podcasts. I not to be too butch for everyone, but football's starting soon, so I've been listening to a lot of like fantasy football podcasts. But don't worry, we won't talk about. Autumn, do I get my 2-minute rant on? No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, you know who loves football is Taylor Swift.
Okay, go then.
But yeah, so I've just been prepping for that, and just movies. I've been also rewatching Black Mirror. I
was just gonna start.
I bought this book. Everyone's gonna see my legs.
Oh boy, here we go. What did I say about showing your legs on camera? Not to.
It's Inside Black Mirror, and it goes up into. It doesn't include the newest season, but it has just like actual scripts in it.
Oh, that's
and then
so
just
cool.
like behind the scenes text drawings.
I love
so it's a really interesting book that I've only read a couple pages of like the first episode, but it goes chronologically through.
Nice.
And it's got interviews with like Bryce Dallas Howard and all the people who directed and starred in these. So it's really interesting. I've been reading more than I've been listening to other stuff, but
what a nerd.
It's not enough. It's pathetic. That's good, Steve.
That's
nicely
good.
done. Okay.
I love it.
All right, Ron.
Okay. Hey, Ron. Good to see you.
Ron, I just drafted. We should talk. Please. I need someone to talk about this.
But not during this show.
Take wide receiver, Ron. I would go Jamar Chase or
all right, set the 30-second timer. Go ahead. Let's do this.
I'm good. That's all I need. I don't need 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm pro at this. Well.
Yeah.
So
stay tuned in the group because we are going to put up a schedule as soon as we've got one. Where I'm kind of leaning toward Thursday nights. That seems to be like a good night for people, just based on what people have said in the chats here. But we'll put up a poll. But I kind of think Thursday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern sounds like it could work. We'll see. See how that goes.
Yeah. We'll put up a poll. Talk to everyone. Hang out. I did have a game I wanted to play Lost in Translation, but I think we're a little past that.
Yeah, I got lost in translation.
So it's fun.
Yeah.
Can I read? I'm going to read one thing from them. Just throw out a guess what you guys think it is. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what this is a 1-star review of a incredibly beloved TV show this time.
Oh, okay.
Not a movie. So this is a TV show that on IMDb, which is what I use, it's got a 9.2 overall rating.
Oh, okay.
It's got 16,000 votes, and it's
Okay.
still got a 9.2, so super highly. So I
Okay.
read 1-star reviews of these incredible shows. So this show essentially consists of blank explaining that he noticed and draws extremely far-fetched and unreliable conclusions. I'm going to save this because this is my favorite one. But I don't know whether to laugh or cry, knowing that dozens of adult human beings with cognitive capabilities must have invested hours and hours of their lives making this crap. This was one of the worst British TV shows I've ever seen. If you want to enjoy, just read the source material. That one should give it away.
Oh, that's gotta be Sherlock.
Sherlock?
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
don't
was
know.
gonna say.
Read the source material makes me think book literature.
That was going to be my big gimme hint. We're not really playing the game, and we're just playing. But I want because I love to go through the 1-star reviews of tons of stuff. If you really want to just ruin your day, go through the 1-star reviews of like Barbie. That's fun.
No,
that's great.
I'm not touching that.
No, I recommend it. If you're in a really good mood and you're like,
Casa Dojo,
I'm waiting for,
house.
you know, when you're in a really good mood and you're just like, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
If you want to just bring the shoe to you, just read the Barbie 1-star review.
I just love like the whole message of Barbie is like men are deserving of love regardless of what they bring to other people, and then men are like Barbie hates us. It's like
Elaine can do both.
Okay.
Can't do both. But my favorite, so back to Sherlock, my favorite review of one very, very lonely person was, as a certified genius, this portrayal of a genius is insulting and trenchant, which this person might be a genius because I have no idea what trenchant is. It is another word for demeaning.
Who
and I was
certified
just like,
him? Is there a process to get certified?
BuzzFeed. It was BuzzFeed.
I was gonna say.
Are you a certified genius? We'll also tell you what Rite Aid
you are.
What Rite Aid ice cream you are. What thrifty ice cream you are, and what type of genius. It's insane. But anyways, this is our most graceful outro. We really wanted to just kind of come out here and hang out with everyone, let you know we do have more content coming. We might have a new episode next week. Me and Autumn have to talk. We can get our guest to come in. But starting very soon, probably next week, we are back to we are gonna be weekly. We've never been weekly, so this will be fun for us. It'll be something.
Now that my children have all abandoned me, what else do I have to do?
A lot. You've got a show. You got a show to do. You've got tons of time now. Now you
guys
literally have no excuses. No excuses anymore.
Oh, Ron, Ron, good.
We'll talk, Ron. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Honestly, if everyone wants to just go, me and Ron can just talk. It's like a Zoom meeting. You're like, hey, Autumn, can you hang out? Let's chat before.
Everyone else can leave.
But everyone, thank you all so much. Join us on Facebook over at Fandom Socialites. Keep the conversation going. What are you guys watching, reading, listening to? We did ask everyone before we go. We'll make this our outro. Let us know in the comments if you haven't already. What is your, because I've got a road trip coming up, and not like soon. Me and Autumn just actually did some big road trips, but I've got one. I'm driving to Louisiana, going to New Orleans for the first time. Nolans, as Autumn calls it. What is your go-to like road trip? Like what type of road trip person are you, Autumn? One, and like what kind of snacker are you?
Okay. I like to find the oddball things to do on the side. Like I like to find all the little side trips, like going to see like the Cadillac Ranch where all the Cadillacs are, on the way on Route 66. I like to find cool things to do on the side and meander on my road trip. I like to
take your time.
So I don't plan out every single moment, but I do look for cool restaurants, cool dives, cool experiences along the way, and take side trips.
Do you ever do any diners?
Yeah, 100%. Yes, yeah.
Along with those dives.
Yeah, and the dives, all that. I went to the corner of Winslow and Arizona. Yes, I went to the diners, drive-ins, and dives. I did that.
No, it's a show by Guy Fieri.
I know that, and I found some of them and went to them.
When you know Autumn, like I know when I've pissed her off legitimately.
Like, just gonna leave it. But yeah, that's me. I'm a meanderer. How about you guys? Oh, you've got like 1 minute. Go.
Yep. Daniel, you're up.
Oh, sorry.
Kind of
So me personally, I am the passenger princess, but I am like on the radio. I am making sure the AC is good. I am checking in with my passengers if there's more than two people. Yeah, I'm that person. I'm navigation.
You're like the
I'm
host
co-pilot.
of the road trip. Yeah.
Essentially, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I try and keep the mood light, try and make sure we're
Love it.
vibing. I tend to check in with people. How are we doing? Do you want to change the music, change it up, listen to a podcast now or something. We do the Vegas road trip a lot, so it is a mission.
It is.
Love it.
All right.
What about you?
Well, everyone, let us know in the comments. Let us know over at Fandom Socialites in the group or wherever you can find us. You can email us at hello@fandomsocial.com. Let us know your picks. We did in fact get some of you commenting in, and we had a few of you email in about what your road trip picks are. JJ Joe, we did get yours. Snyder's peanut butter filled pretzel bites. I couldn't think of like a better road trip thing. It's nice, it's crunchy, and they're bite sized. JJ Joe,
salty,
love it.
Boom. So sweet, salty, gray haired. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for joining us at Fandom Social. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. Again, we've got a ton of content coming out. Again, join the group Fandom Socialites. That's where we're most active, and we usually disclose the most news to all of you. So thank you for hanging out. We know it's a Saturday. We know that there's a million places you could be, but we're grateful that you're here with us. Thank you so much. Do what you love what you do, and don't be a dick. Bye, everyone.
That's two.
That's
Bye,
two.
everyone.